The night that I sat my dad down and told my dad that, look, I want to settle down. I know I've shared this story sometime on this channel, but then I didn't go into details. Lots were discussed that night, and one of the things that my dad did mention that night wasn't just about, you know, finishing school and wanting to settle down at such an early age, but then Imo State. In fact, you're even going for I don't see him with my kuro eyes. Hello and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It is your favorite baby girl, Dyna Ekwueme, Dyna Okafo, Chidema Dyna Okafo in the building. And today, fascinatingly, I'll be sharing things I've seen inside this marriage. I'll be sharing things that are so peculiar, things that you guys have been hearing but people think is not true. I'll be sharing my own story that I know some of you may have heard somewhere, but you find it hard to believe because, I mean, Igbo men are sweet, Igbo men are this, Igbo men are that. I married an Anambra man and I'm coming with full tea. I got married to a typical Igbo man, not just any type of Igbo man, no, but a conk Anambra man. And today I'll be sharing some of my experiences in my 2 years of being married to this man. Are you ready? Some of you may be wondering, Auntie, you've not even told us where you're from, so we'll start analyzing this your gist if it's concrete or not. See, if you're seeing my face for the first time, I am an Igbo girl. I am an Igbo woman. The difference, don't go too far. The difference is that I am from Imo State and my husband is from Anambra State. If you're not aware, the southeast region, that's the Igbo dominated region on the Nigerian map, is made up of 5 states: Abia State, Imo State, Anambra State, Enugu State, and Ebonyi State. Don't get me wrong, Igbos are scattered everywhere, all over. They're all over Nigeria. Lagos State, then they there. Kaduna, then Pin. Even around the world, even in your own country. Whether you're in Jamaica, Cape Town, USA, I mean, Texas. Whether you're in London, wherever you are. In fact, share with me in the comment section if in your country you've found or you've met any Igbo man or woman. If you're friends with Igbos, just let me know in the comment section. Anyway, I hail from Imo State, Mbubu to be precise, Oru East local government, Imo State. And before becoming an Okafo, I was once an Ekwueme. And there are so many things that see, let me just start with, before I got married to my husband, I never dated an Igbo man. That said, settling down with my husband was one of the scariest decisions that I ever made. And with the whole, you know, a lot of things that have been said about Anambra men, I didn't really pay attention to them until I entered marriage. And the first one that I'll be sharing with you guys is the fact that they do not marry, you know, outside of their state. That's intra-ethnic marriage. They practice it a whole lot more than any Igbo speaking state. My husband is from Aguluzibo, Anambra State, Anocha local government. And I'm not speaking for the whole of Anambra State. I'm saying majorly what I have seen with my own eyes, not just hearsay. The majority of people that I've had to meet, the majority of people that I've had to speak to, you know, in these 2 years of marrying an Anambra man, I realized that most of the time they just prefer, it's nothing, the way people say it, the way people just attach things. Oh, they don't marry Imo State people because have feeling and have walanya. They don't marry Abia State people because they feel like da. I feel like it's just a way not to go too far. Personally, I feel like the way they see it, based on conversations and stuff, they just don't want to go too far. Be it traveling, ceremonies, whatever the case may be, they just want you close. They just need to know that they know your family, they know where you're coming from. If possible, they marry. Most of them even marry from the same village, which is an abomination in where I come from. An Mbubu Amere man or woman cannot marry an Mbubu Amere man or woman. You have to go to other villages. In my husband's village, an Aguluzibo man can marry an Aguluzibo woman. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Osu system. I know it's gradually being abolished, although some people still. But yeah, I feel like the intra-ethnic marriages is just a way to keep, you know, the family grounded, to hold the history of whoever you're marrying in the hands, to know who you are marrying, like know them very, very well, not hearsay or asking too many questions. Like most of them I've realized, not to say that Imo State, Abia State, Enugu State, Ebonyi, they don't marry themselves, but I've noticed that a lot of Anambra people, they practice it a lot. And when you bring someone that is not totally from Anambra, it takes so many factors for them to factor you in. I may be wrong. It's not just with, you know, other Igbo speaking states. I found that even with other tribes, Yorubas or, you know, any other tribe, I just feel like they are more, you know, conservative. They're more like, they're more like, why are you going there? Like, how far? We found a wife for you. All those little things that you hear. Anyway, share with me in the comments. Are you married to an Anambra man? Are you from another Igbo speaking state? Are you from a different tribe altogether? Are you from a different country altogether? What are your experiences with your in-laws? What do you see? Like, what do you notice about the men in Anambra State? So I don't look like I'm saying nonsense. The second thing that I found, you know, marrying an Anambra man is that they so much value their mother's namesake. It is not a lie. At least for the majority of the Anambra men that I've had to encounter, that I've had to hear about, most of them hold their mothers dearly. You may notice this in the first few years of your marriage, how they treat their mothers, how they listen to their mothers. Sometimes it's fascinating to me. It's like, wow. It's like, especially during the dating phase, I saw that with my husband. He may not admit it. He may be watching this and just like, what is she saying? It is just like, I don't know, it's innate, it's inborn. It's like, I place my mom, I hear my mom, I listen to my mom, I respect my mom. That motherhood chair, don't come and say you want to come and replace it. It is irreplaceable. What I've learned in my 2 years of marriage is to know my place first as a wife. Respect my mother-in-law, because let me not even come and lie in this video. Now my mother-in-law will bring me to my husband though. Without my mother-in-law, this marriage wouldn't have happened. So I put her on that pinnacle when it comes to respect. And thank God for the husband that I married. He knows how to, you know, give this person room to be wifey, treats this person as wifey, treats this one as mom, and not clash or make each other, you know, feel that tension or strain or jealousy or whatsoever. But sometimes, I wouldn't lie, sometimes it's like, are you just gonna listen to your mom? Are you not going to take my own? You know, sometimes it kicks in, but then I've come to that point where I understand that relationship. I understand the relationship between my husband and my mother-in-law and know my place. See, know your place, so nobody drag right where you not supposed to drag inside this marriage. Because then they must say, and you cannot win it unless you want to leave the marriage. You cannot win that fight. Just know your place. If you know your place, it brings you so much peace. The third fascinating thing that I realized marrying an Anambra man is that they don't have so much omenala. When I say omenala, I mean norms and traditions. They don't have a lot like where I'm coming from. In Mbubu Amiri, if you're coming to the village to see your wife, so many traditions, and most of those traditions I even got to know most of them inside marriage. Like I said earlier, most of my people, Mbubu people, do not marry. It's like abomination. You cannot marry from Mbubu. It's almost like, say you're from Manchester, you cannot marry somebody from Manchester. You have to either marry someone from Liverpool or Leicester or London. You cannot marry somebody from Manchester, and that's on period. But then there are so many traditions that even my husband got tired of. It was like, what is wrong with you people? Everything is omenala. But then marrying an Aguluzi Igbo man, I found that not that there aren't omenalas, there are so many omenalas, but not as much as where I'm coming from. Nega park ya somewhere. Ofe onugbo roraro, as in ofe onugbo ejirogiro okpe. Just go and learn. Growing up, some of the soups that I enjoyed, from egusi to oha to okazi. When I got married, my orientation changed, especially when my mom-in-law came for omugo. What we were mostly eating was onugbo. Like that's what you have to learn. You have to know how to cook onugbo soup. I noticed that about Anambra people, and if most of them do like onugbo soup, there is no way somehow your Anambra man go like onugbo soup. So kwado. They don't carry respect and put on top of their head like, ha. When I came new, my mother-in-law used to laugh at me whenever I say de or de or sa, ma, before I call someone's name, whether it's my husband's brothers or no, just my mom-in-law was just fascinated. Like, my husband till today is like, why can't you just call people by their names? What's all the sa, ma, de? Because that's what I'm used to. Where I'm coming from, even if somebody seniors you with 1 minute or more, you must put de or de. Who are you? Are you okay? Are you mad? In Anambra, I found that my husband is okay with me calling his brothers by their names. Say, for instance, his brother's name is Nemeka. He would rather me not call him De Nemeka. That, and I still do it till today. It's just, it's been inculcated already. I can't just wake up one morning, somebody that I see that he seniors me very, very well. He even gets so pissed when I call people ma. I'm like, babe, that lady is obviously older than me. From what I'm seeing, why can't I put ma before? He's like, what do you have that woman doesn't have? Are you not a wife? Don't you have children? Why are you marrying the person? I'm like, that's just me. I cannot stop. It's been ingrained. Please let me know in the comments if this holds true in your area, in your own village, or where you married into. Do you find that they are more respectful, or they're just very, they call each other their names? Or according to my husband, Aho Tutuha, they rather you call someone Aho Tutuha than, the de masa. Let me know down there. This next one that I will be sharing, I never witnessed it inside my family, and this is their ability to mix conversations with proverbs. Like, it just comes naturally, and it's so fascinating. Like, my husband can be talking to me now, the next minute he's like, I'm like, uncle, please, when you finish doing the proverb, translate the proverb, because I don't know what you're saying. All my life, my dad, he doesn't talk to us with proverbs. The only time that I hear my dad speaking with, parables, proverbs, or whatever, is when he's talking with his friends or other chiefs. You people know them, but then with my husband, especially Nadi, my father-in-law, sometimes he can say from beginning to end just proverbs. You'll be there just looking. When I came near, I'll just be looking at him like, I'm not understanding what he's saying, but I'm nodding my head. Like, even till date, my father-in-law, when he finished speaking, I'll say, please break it down in general Igbo. It's already hard enough that I don't always understand the dialects when it's spoken so deep. And my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, it is, no matter how long they've lived in Abia State, they still have that thick Aguluzibo, dialect. So it's like, it's hard enough that I don't really understand the dialect, and now you're adding Ilu Igbo. Just kill me. The last but not the least that I'll be sharing here today is burials. Or more burials, they always day like 1 week or over. It's like, who are you people burying? Long thing, just long thing. And I find that they spend so much money. It's almost like wedding ceremonies. Like, I don't know. I just can't explain. But growing up, whenever my dad would tell me he's going to the village for someone's burial, he goes today, tomorrow he's back. But with my husband's people, they go for burial today, expect them in 7 days time to be back home. Okay, anyway guys, these are some of the fascinating things that I've had to notice. You know, some of them I've experienced. I've seen them with my kolo eye, not just somebody telling me. I've seen most of these things, and I've had to question my mother-in-law about some of them. And it's not that it's a bad thing entirely, it is just the culture, it is just a way of life. And if it's peculiar to a certain village in Anambra state, I think people should, like, it's the beauty of marriage. It's the beauty, because I mean, it wouldn't be interesting if I went from Imo State to Anambra and whatever I'm seeing in Anambra is the same thing I'm seeing in Igbo. What? Like, it's just going to be boring. Those are some of the things I've had to, you know, nod my head, think about. Sometimes I'm like wondering why, asking questions all the time. And yeah, share with me in the comment section, if you're married to an Anambra man, where are you from? Are you Anambra married to Anambra? Let me know what your experiences are. Do you see this thing? Have you had to notice any of the things that I mentioned? Are some of them false? Let me know. This video is basically from my own experience, so please, okay, don't come for me down there and say, why? Blood to get the hot. Just calm down, okay? Anyway, give this video a massive thumbs up. Share your experiences with me in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully, I will see you guys in my next video. For now, bye.